You know what I mean? Like crazy jobs I get up to. Well, this one, I'm helping somebody renovate and restore this APC Symmetra LX battery pack for their server room. And these batteries have a little EEPROM in them that every time it encounters an error, it ticks it up. And whenever that number gets too high, it will no longer use the battery pack anymore. So even if you replace the batteries, if that EEPROM isn't reprogrammed, then the system will just never activate the battery pack. And I've gotten quite far at reprogramming it. I've had a few instances where it seemed to work, but it didn't quite work. I'm working on a bigger video, but I just want to document this real quick, just for you guys, in case it takes a while for me to upload this and somebody really needs the information. So I've scrounged around the internet and I found the remnants of forum posts. I found people on forum posts talking about other forum posts on Russian websites. And, well, let's see if it works. I have my latest version programmed into this, and I'm just putting this back together. I was going to film this the other day, but then I realized that the battery backup has a web interface, and then I realized, oh shoot, something's really wrong with whatever I did with the code, because the information isn't coming up when I go to a certain window, so I did something wrong. Let's see, the proof will be in the pudding. Let's see if this new version of what I did works. Oh.
Do this again.
Yeah. Okay. Now to see if that actually works. So we have this laptop to use for the programming of the Reprogramming IS, which is working really good for this. Really plug and play. But this is flickering for the camera. And my friend happened to give me this Fujitsu tablet. They do software for hospitals and such, and he happened to have this laying around, so he gave this to me. I spent a few days cleaning it up. Happens to work out. This looks great on the camera, and it's a nice little self-contained unit running Windows 7. So I have it connected up to the Symmetra LX 16000 now. And I have the diagnostics. It's amazing to be given access to this. I could actually trigger a self-test just from here. So everything looks pretty good. Of course, it's complaining about the batteries we put back in, because we wanted to see what would happen and just kind of see. Let's go to diagnostics. Then the first thing I notice is 3 out of 6. So it's registering that battery is good, which is good. And the touch isn't. This is meant to go with a pen, so here we go. And battery 1 is okay. That's the one that we put in. Now the other issue was that, battery 2 and battery 5 weren't coming up with any information, and all the other ones that I replaced the EEPROM for. But look at that, battery 1, it's coming up perfectly fine. And so in the rest of the system, it'll also come up because we got the checksum right. Now, the difficult part is in how to change the checksum. Let's just open up the little software for the Reprogramming. 93C66B. I don't have it actually in front of me. We're gonna grab that one and we're gonna pull that out, and I'll show you though. Oh no, we are not gonna do this one. It spewed something out, and it's from 2015. Now in order to read the voltage on these, I found I can turn it on, and then I take this and I put it, let's see, is it this and this? Yeah, those connectors. No. Whoa, what? This thing's falling apart. While I'm at it, I might as well grab battery 1, 2, 3, battery 4. Okay. Let's grab battery 3 from frame 0. 1, 2, 3. My date test one. Let's see if that disconnected it. Oh, there we go. Battery 3, not installed. Okay. Oh, that's a good voltage. Yeah, so these packs from 2020, I erased the error codes. So it was charging it again, but I didn't get the checksum right when I changed the date. And so the board is right here on the inside. Let's open that up, and we can actually take it out without undoing the batteries. So if your battery pack, if the batteries themselves still have a little bit of life left in them, you don't have to disassemble it too much. What I've actually figured out, because there isn't enough videos online about it. And a lot of this troubleshooting should transcend over to other battery backup systems. One thing to keep in mind is whoever refurbished these packs in 2020, well, okay, let me clarify. Not whoever refurbished them, but whoever dealt with these were really rough on some of them. And I imagine they probably went through a recycling company and they didn't care at all about it. So they stripped out the screws and bent the metal like crazy. But you just want to keep that in mind, where these screws, they've been ripped out pretty quick because they just wanted to scrap the batteries. And then the next person was delicate with it. But the threads are really weak on some of these. I'm just going to take this out. And then in order to get to the chip, you don't have to unplug the wires. You make sure it's off though. But I just pull the middle one out and I move it over like so. And I pull this one out and then move this one over. So now we have enough room to get to the chip. And to get the chip out, right, I get my pocket knife. Just get it open a little bit like that. And then I found this little tool. A piece of baling wire would also work. I just kind of use it to push up on the far sides of it. And there we go. Now let's take this, and let's move it over to here. It is a 93C66B. Oh, I got it right, okay. With the 16-bit version, 93C66B. Okay, and then let's read it, and there we have it. Oh, the touch isn't quite so good. Hey, you know what? Dark. Then also what we want to do is we want to use checksum 16 instead of CRC32. Now, if I were to select these, uses checksum 16. Now, when I read this little EEPROM, it has the altered version, which I've accidentally messed up. But I have the original version saved. So this was the original version. This is the collection of error information. This is the date, and this is the serial number and such. So this right here, the 6A19, is the checksum. In order to read the checksum, you have to select like that, and then you see 196A is the result of that added up. Well, for some reason on their system they have it reversed, so it's 6A19. But you have to select all that, and then it calculates the checksum, and you enter that in, those two digits. It has no use of the odd bytes because, if I understand right, it's only using half the registers for simplicity. Well, let's go in and change all of these to 0. Okay, I'm getting a little tired of tapping that. So we go there to F4. Now, I'm going to be changing this to an ASCII 3 because that's 2023. And, well, it happens to be December, so I don't have to worry about that. I will, however, select this and make that a 1. And select that and make it a, oh shoot, is today, I believe it's the 17th, 18th. Don't use the backspace function or anything because that'll mess up with this, but you just tap each digit. Well, now that has changed the checksum. And so now it's 1973. So I'm going to take this and do 073. Okay, let's just do that. One 1973. So we have 7319. And that should be all of the information reset. I'm just going to save this and then hack one test. I got too many save files, but I think this is the thing that you need to do. And anything after that checksum, it doesn't really care about. So we're going to write it. Okay. Now this is on there. And I have a little trick up my sleeve. And this goes with the dot facing up. And there it's inserted. A little bit wonky, but I'm actually really excited to make this video because, not the video I'm making currently, but I mean the one that I hope to do a nice big video about this whenever we get the new batteries in, because we've already ordered the batteries. And once I get through actually understanding this, I can make like a nice little infographic to help with this. Okay, let's see if that worked. While I'm at it, I should probably turn off a lot of those ones down there since they're just mostly making this beep. Ooh, it detected the fourth one. Battery. Oh, no, I didn't mean to hit battery 4. Damn, did I not do it right? I ran into some issues that made me a little bit worried, but then I remembered I had put in this same serial number on a few other ones. And so I pulled those out, and now it's working. So I also changed the serial number just to be sure. And now it should be, when I go to here, okay, so there we have it. I'm gonna change the serial number just a little bit. So I think I have too many battery packs with the same serial number. So I need to go through and make sure I get rid of those. And, you know, at first I misread the serial numbers. They are on here, so it'll be easy to put them back on. I got this battery pack out, and let's try that one. So this EEPROM has the wrong code in it, so I'm not even gonna bother dumping it. I'm just gonna go into our already altered code, and I'm going to select the individual digits and change them to reflect it. Okay. Yep, looks good. So then, do that. Checksum 1976, so change that to a 6. That was not a very big change at all. What I added probably subtracted from the other one, so 1976, it's 7619. Let's try that. But daft, I almost didn't save it. You kind of need to do that. I make all sorts of little mistakes like that when I do these things. It's unfortunate. See what it did. Oh. Oh, battery quantity increase, okay. Did it detect a fault? Drat. Oh, it did work. It just took a little bit and I had to reload the page. Okay, well, that makes me feel a lot better now. So it does work. Okay. Well, now I can be confident with this. It beeped with an error message for a little bit and then it stopped. So I guess it just takes a few seconds for it to ping the battery and check if it's legit or not. Once I get the correct serial numbers programmed onto the other ones, I'll go back and put the correct one onto this if I feel like it. So yeah, putting the correct serial number onto the battery, or just so that you don't have overlapping serial numbers, is important. This one isn't the serial number that it has on it, and it's fine. It's just the issue was it had an overlapping serial number with a different one. So you could even reprogram them if you wanted, starting at 1 and going up to 8,000 or whatever, however many batteries you have. My tablet's about to die. I saved that. Well, I saved that last EEPROM as EEPROM failure, but well, clearly it was not a failure. Yeah. And to be honest, if you don't want, you can just avoid the whole hassle and not change the date if you really want. But I like changing the date if I can. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'm going to keep tinkering on this, and when I make the bigger video, there'll be more information there. There might be more stuff I need to remove. And also, let me know if I forgot anything you'd like to see in the video, because the video will show taking the batteries apart and putting the new ones in. Thanks for watching. See ya. No beeps. Oh, this is great. That's the first time it is actually properly self-tested. When I first came to help, their battery was only 2 hours, and usually once every few months their power goes out for more than 2 hours. So this is a good omen. These battery packs that were redone in 2020 will probably last another year or so, but we have new ones coming in for these. The little bit after the credits of these videos is kind of funny, aren't they?